Welcome everybody to Bronx Eats and this evening's partnership with Bronx Fit and Bronx Community Health Network. Tonight, we are very excited to have a slightly different format than usual that is sure to inspire and energize all of us during these difficult times. Chef Emani Parsons will present her no-bake pecan bites recipe, followed by a few minutes of Q&A. And then we will have Coach Namdi Nelson lead us in some fitness training to get our blood moving and to get back in touch with our bodies, which do so much to support us every single day. A quick intro about Bronx Eats for those of you who have not joined us before. Bronx Eats offers plant-based cooking classes free of charge and seeks to change the food landscape in the Bronx so that access to fresh, affordable, and nourishing food is not limited by your income, race, or neighborhood. Everyone depends on access to a healthy food environment to experience physical and mental health and to have the energy to live up to his or her potential. The food system needs to work for everyone, and that is why Bronx Eats is here. Bronx Eats also is here to make sure that Bronxites know how to cook healthy plant-based meals so that we can prepare healthy, delicious meals for ourselves and our families that nourish our whole selves. We hope that you will join us for future classes. We all need to eat more real plant-based food during our day to reverse chronic disease and to maintain our health. Please sign up for our newsletter at bronxeats.org. Now, on to our chef who will be presenting tonight. Chef Emani Parsons has always been interested in nutrition, health, and wellness. Emani studied health science at Lincoln University and received a master's in human nutrition from Columbia University Institute of Human Nutrition. Community nutrition, nutrition education, along with cooking and baking are some of Chef Emani's passions. She currently works as a middle school health and wellness teacher while operating her nutrition and baking business, Vegan Mani LLC. Emani has been vegan for over 4 years, and she aims to encourage, empower, and educate people on the importance of healthy eating and living a healthy lifestyle. If you would like to learn more about Chef Emani and her services, please follow her on Instagram at Vegan Mani LLC and check out her website, www.veganmani.com. I will put that in the chat as well. A few housekeeping notes. We are recording this presentation and we'll happy to take questions and answers in the chat box. And you're also free to ask Chef Emani your questions at the end of her presentation. So without further ado, take it away, Chef Emani.
Thank you so much, Gail, and thank you, BCHN, for this invitation. I'm so happy to be here tonight, and I'm really happy to see all these wonderful, amazing faces on my stream. Okay, so before we get into this recipe, I just want to tell you a little bit more about the ingredients, because not only is this a really delicious and tasty snack, it also has a lot of recovery benefits when it comes to working out. The star of the show when it comes to this recipe are oats. Anyone in this room like oats? You can just go ahead and type yes in the chat or give me a thumbs up or a hands up. All right, we have some oat people in the room, wonderful. I am a huge fan of oats, oatmeal. I love it any kind of way. And this recipe is no different. It has tons of oats in there. And oats are a really great carbohydrate post-workout. And it just really helps with replenishing your muscles, which is really great after you've had a really hard workout at the gym. You don't want your muscles to be sore. Oats are definitely going to help with that inflammation. And oats also have protein, which is super important to consume after working out. Another ingredient that we'll be using in this recipe is pecans. Pecans have protein in them as well. They have tons of it. So this recipe is plant protein packed. And proteins also contain amino acids that are really important for building lean muscle and getting rid of fats. So that's another added benefit of this really great recipe. Moving on to tahini. Tahini is also a really powerful ingredient in this recipe. It has anti-inflammatory properties. So after you went to the gym and you built up all that lactic acid, what the tahini is going to do is really work its power because it's anti-inflammatory. And so is the chia seeds that are used in this recipe, as well as the ground flax seeds that are used in this recipe. So we have some really powerful ingredients in these no-baked bites. Has anyone ever had no-baked bites before? You can just go ahead and give me a thumbs up or a hand. All right, I see some yeses and I also see some nos. That's completely okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump into this recipe. So first things first, it calls for 1 cup of oats. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 cup of oats to the bowl. And you may see that I have a second camera, so you'll be able to see my bowl and the ingredients as I'm adding them into this portion over here. The second ingredient that you need for this recipe is 1/2 cup of pecans. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my pecans in. As you can see, they're super healthy and tasty. Gonna add that into the bowl. And next, I am going to add in my vanilla extract. So this recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm going to go ahead and add that into the bowl. Anyone like vanilla extract here? Any vanilla extract fans? Yes. You see, I really like this recipe because you can have your cake and eat it too. We all hear pecan pie and we think that's delicious, but is that the healthiest? What if I told you I can make pecan pie healthy? I don't know. You may not trust me, but after this, I hope you will. All right, so I added in my vanilla extract, and now I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of tahini. So here's my tahini over here. Has anyone ever heard of tahini? All right, for those of you that have never heard of tahini, tahini is actually a sesame seed butter. So think peanut butter, but sesame seed addition. And this is really great because it's packed with protein, as I mentioned before, and it also has this really nice creamy texture. So we're not going to have any, it's not a pie, so we won't have that creaminess, but we will have the creaminess from the tahini, which will give it that pie illusion. So we're gonna go ahead and add 1/2 cup to this bowl. So I'm going to use my little cups over here. This is a really great tool to cook with. I actually got this from Lot Less. And instead of a big measuring cup, it just comes in little cups in a set. And you basically just add your ingredients in here if you want to just cook something faster. So when you're cooking, you just throw everything in. All right, I'm going to get my spoon because tahini can get a little messy. So I'm just going to scoop the tahini up and put it in here. You can even place it down and pour it into my 1/2 cup. I love tahini because it has a really nice creamy texture. All right, and I'm going to put that down and I'm going to add this into my bowl. There we go. So we have our oats, we have our tahini, we also have our pecans. And next, what I am going to add to this bowl is cinnamon. So cinnamon is anti-inflammatory. It also has antioxidants. And antioxidants are super important because we're living in the age of COVID and flu season and just all of these different things out there that can really invoke harm in our bodies. So when we have antioxidants and things that are anti-inflammatory, that really helps knock all of those different things out. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So I'm going to get my 1 teaspoon here, pick up my cinnamon, and add that to the bowl. There we go. And next, I am going to add in my sweetener. Tonight, I am using date syrup, but you are free to use agave if you would like to. Agave is also a really nice sweetener. You can use chopped up dates if you would like to, but I'm going with date syrup tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my 1/3 cup of date syrup to this mixture. And date syrup is really great because it's just made from dates, so there is no added sugar in this recipe, which is absolutely lovely, but it's so sweet.
So Imani, a question has come in about what do you think of using maple syrup as a sweetener?
Go for it. You can use maple syrup as well. And I think that this would be really delicious with maple syrup. And what I like about maple syrup is it's also a non-refined sweetener, just like date syrup. So it is a thumbs up health-wise for me. Awesome question.
And can you talk just for a moment about why non-refined sweeteners are preferable to refined sugars like white sugar or even brown sugar?
Of course. So let's talk non-refined sugars and refined sugars. So when we think about sugars that are refined, so white sugar, brown sugars, anything that has sugar in it, all of those ingredients are going to spike your blood sugar levels up really, really fast, and then you'll just have a strong decline. And that is something that we don't want for our bodies. And consuming too much added sugar, as we've seen from research, can definitely lead to diabetes and other nutrition-related diseases. And refined sugars are also bad for your gut as well. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. But when we're talking about sugars that are not refined, so things like date syrup, maple syrup, agave, date sugar, all of those things have a more positive effect on your body because it doesn't raise your glycemic index number high. It is a gradual increase, and then there is a gradual decrease. So you won't feel that shock to your system. And then sometimes people ask me about artificial sweeteners. So things like sweet and low and sugar substitutes. And I always tell people to stick with things that are natural, because sugar substitutes and artificial sweeteners, our bodies really don't know what those things are. Our bodies don't recognize it as sugar. So what are our bodies going to do with it? That is why we need to make sure that we're consuming less added sugars and more sugars that are non-refined and on the natural side. So thank you for that really good question. And I think I also saw a question about the cinnamon. How much cinnamon should we add?
How much cinnamon can be used to help control the sugar spikes?
Awesome. So in this recipe, we're using 1 teaspoon. So when it comes to how much you can use to control the sugar spikes, are you referring to in general or just in this recipe? I just would like to clarify that question.
Harriet, are you able to unmute and let Chef Imani know what you had in mind?
Oh, in this recipe. Awesome.
This recipe. Hi.
Hi, Harriet. Yes, it is 1 teaspoon. That is how much we're using. And we're using, as I mentioned before, we're using date syrup. So that is completely from dates. There's no added sugar in there. This recipe doesn't have any added sugar. The tahini, it has no sugar in it as well. All right, so we added in our cinnamon. So now we added in our date syrup. So the last 2 things that we're going to be adding in is the ground flaxseed, as well as the chia seeds. And the chia seeds are optional, but I really like them because they add some omega-3 fatty acids, and they also provide additional proteins. And chia seeds are really great for workout recovery too, because they're anti-inflammatory. So that soreness, we can kiss that goodbye because we have all these anti-inflammatory ingredients working together in this recipe. All right, let's finish it up. So I'm adding in 1/2 cup of the flax seeds. And these are ground flax seeds. Whenever you're making these at home, you want to make sure that you're getting ground flax seeds. All right. Pouring that into there. There we go. All right. And literally the last thing that we are going to be adding to this, which is the optional part, is chia seeds. And we're adding 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. As you can see, this recipe is super easy and super quick. The most time that you will spend in this recipe, and you're not even spending it, this recipe is just going to hang out in your refrigerator, because what we want to do is make this mixture mold together so it's easier to roll into balls. but all the hard work is done. I think rolling it into balls is actually the really fun part. I personally find it very therapeutic whenever I'm able to use my hands when I'm making food. So we literally have everything in this bowl. Everything in this bowl, as we can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix everything together. Whenever you're doing this at home, you wanna make sure that all the ingredients are equally distributed. You wanna make sure that the oats are coated with the flax seeds, with the cinnamon, with the pecans, with the tahini. Everything should be equally distributed.
So Chef Emani, there are two questions that came in. One is, how do you store it? And the other is, what's your opinion about monk fruit sweetener?
Awesome. So the first one, how do you store it? You would store this in an airtight container, and you would put this in the refrigerator. It can last up until 2 weeks. And something that you can do to separate the balls is put some parchment paper in there so they can hold their shape. And they can also last in the freezer if you would like that option as well. And if you put them in the freezer, they can actually last up into 30 days. And the next question was about monk fruit sweetener, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. So monk fruit sweetener, that is okay to use. But the thing about monk fruit sweetener is that it has been a little controversial when it comes to research, because they're still looking into how monk fruit sweetener actually affects the body. So I would say it's okay to use it, but I would just honestly stick to the agaves and the maple syrups and the dates and the date sugar, keeping that in mind that they're still looking into the long-term effects of monk fruit sweetener. All right, my mixture is almost all mixed together. And this is what it looks like, as you can see. So if you're looking at my second camera, you can see what the mixture looks like. There's a lot of brown because we have the date syrup, we have the cinnamon, we have the pecans. So that is where the brown color is coming from. And then what you would do is you would take a piece of plastic wrap and you would put that over the top of this bowl, and you would place it in the refrigerator for at least 15 minutes to chill this mixture. And then you would take the bowl out, and this is my favorite part, you would use your hands to scoop up the mixture and roll them into balls. As I said before, that is very therapeutic to me. I just really enjoy that whole process. You can put on some nice music, just take your no-bake pecan pie balls and just roll them up. It's like a whole entire vibe, and I think everyone should try that. But we're
one moment. People can't see the mixture. So for those of you who can't see the mixture, if you go to Emani's, you can see Emani actually has two cameras tonight. So if you go to the camera with the bowl and you click on the 3 dots and then you pin that picture, you will get a close-up of her recipe. I'm doing that myself now, and you can literally look right into the bowl. So I hope that helps people be able to see what she's made.
Mm-hmm. Can everyone see it?
I can see it. I think people should be able to see it. Hopefully Denise and Haiti, you can see it now, I hope. Yeah, I think we're good.
Awesome. All right. So now we have a chance to pretend like we're on a cooking show. I've actually always wanted to do this. So you know how in the cooking show, things actually take a longer time to cook than it appears. So they'll say, oh, we'll be right back. And they have something that's already made. I've done that for all of you tonight because let's face it, we don't have 50 minutes. We need to get this workout in, but I still wanted you to see the final product. So let's do this cooking show effect that we have.
Oh, wow, you're incredible.
I have the no pecan bake bites right here. And I'm holding it up to the camera, as we can see. I'm even gonna pick a bite up so we can see the texture. You can see the cinnamon, you can see the pecans in here. You can see the chia seeds. You can see the flat seeds. Everything is contained within this one ball. And what's really amazing about this snack is it's so quick and easy. As I mentioned before, you can pop this in the fridge before you go to the gym, before you do your workout, and come back, take it out, roll it into balls, and you have a snack right there. Thank you. I see somebody said that it looks good. It also tastes good. So I hope you make this.
Love it.
And
That's
what's
so
even
great.
better about this recipe is that it has 16 grams of protein. Let me say that one more time. 16 grams of protein, because once again, powered by plants. Plants have a lot of different protein. If I have chia seeds in here, pecans, oats, all of those things have protein in them in addition to the flat seeds. If you wanted to bulk this up even more, you can add in some hemp seeds, you can add in some plant-based protein powder. This really pairs well with my chocolate peanut butter and ice cream. Gail and I actually did a demo in a park over the summer, and we had the banana and ice cream with the pecan pie bites. And I can honestly say everyone enjoyed it. Some people were skeptical about it a little bit. They were just like, what? What is this? But they tried it and they really enjoyed it. So I'm just going to give you a close up again.
And I want to just mention that was a dairy-free recipe for the nice cream. It wasn't ice cream because it didn't have dairy, but it was nice cream and it was delicious. And I'm happy to share that with the group with Emani's permission. And the other thing I wanted to say, which I know you mentioned last time, this recipe is great to make with kids too, because once you've put it in the fridge and you've waited the 50 minutes, they can do the balls, right? They can make everything into balls and sort of have a good time with it.
Yes, kids love this recipe. And if you want to get even more creative, you can put it on a cookie sheet and make it flat and use like the different cutouts to make different shapes. And kids would really, really enjoy that. And even pair it with the banana and ice cream. I'm telling you, it's going to be super, super delicious.
Amazing. So if there are other questions that people would like to ask of Emani directly, she is available for that. And it's so beautiful to see this. We would love to be able to try what you just made. And thank you for putting it in the fridge in advance so that we could see the final results. But I know some of us, Jocelyn has said that she tried this, she already made this today and they were divine. So you already have one fan. And I know that the rest of us are gonna try it after class. So if there are any questions, please unmute.
Are the oats quick oats or the 5-minute oats?
Good question. You can use any type of oats. This recipe does not discriminate. You can use quick oats, you can use steel cut oats, you can use rolled oats. They all will crumble the same way. So you can use
thanks.
Beautiful, great question. There was a question about how many grams of fat. Do you happen to know how many grams of fat are in each one of these no-bake bites?
Are in each one. Definitely 4 grams in each one. But you have to think about the kind of ingredients that we're using. We're using healthy fats. So as I mentioned before, omega-3 fatty acids, right? Fatty acids, fat, but these are healthy fats for our body. And we all need a little bit of fat in our system. So this is a great way to increase your consumption of healthy fats.
Love it. Well, this is great. I think it's wonderful for people to know that you can make something healthy, delicious, something that is nourishing our body in such a short time. You know, a lot of people tend to think cooking is always going to be a huge time-consuming project. And I think you've shown us tonight that that is not true. And thank you really, again, for sharing this beautiful, short, easy recipe with us that is so healthy.
Anytime. My pleasure.
I have a question.
Esther, please.
Yes. How are you? Can you blend it a little bit, the mixture, after it's all together? Can you blend it just to smooth it a little so it's not so chunky?
Mm-hmm. You can definitely blend it. I mean, I personally like it like chunky, of course, and like usually it's chunky, but you can definitely blend this up if you would like a more finer texture. So yeah, go for it if that works for you.
Yes.
I have to try that. I haven't actually tried that. So I'm going to definitely take your word for that, Esther.
Thank you.
Before we wrap it up, is there any last question or two?
Good afternoon, good evening. Can you please share the recipe with all of us?
Oh, the recipe for this, the no bake pecan bites?
Yes, please.
Oh, you didn't get that? Yes, we'll definitely make
No.
sure that you get that. Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you, Chef Emani, for your time tonight. And I want to thank the rest of you for showing up for yourselves and making your health and wellness a priority. We know that eating fruits and vegetables is the best medicine of all, and that consuming healthy, real food instead of processed foods strengthens our bodies, our immune systems, and our moods. Diet is critical to preventing and even reversing many chronic diseases, including heart disease and diabetes. So let's learn how to make better food choices together. Let's do this for yourself, your family, and the planet. It's not out of reach, and we can do it together in community. So thanks again for coming. Please stick around for the second part of this fabulous evening. Eat real food, stay safe, and until next time, thank you again. And I'm going to hand it over to Janya to introduce Coach Namdi.
Hi, so hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for this collaborative effort. I know it's the beginning of the year, the new year. We all have resolutions that typically include, changing our diet and getting healthier and, exercising. So I'm happy to see so many wonderful faces tonight. I am a health educator at BCHN, Bronx Community Health Network, and I would like to introduce BX Fit just a little bit before we turn it over to Coach Namdi. So I want to let you know that BX Fit is a free 20-minute virtual workout for everyone, no matter your fitness level, that was launched in 2021 by BCHN and Marvel Fitness and Conditioning. So after the workout, there will be a brief Q&A where you can ask any questions and share feedback with our fitness coach, Namdi Nelson. So similar housekeeping rules as earlier, just try to keep yourselves muted until the Q&A portion at the end. If you do have any questions, we'll be working out, so you shouldn't have any time to type in the chat. But if you do have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat until the end. Also, make sure you have on comfortable clothing, sneakers, and have some water nearby. Also, if you have a yoga mat or weights, keep them handy, as Coach Nelson will show us how to increase our workout with them. So now I will happily turn it over to our amazing fitness coach, Namdi Nelson.
Alrighty, guys, good afternoon. I hope everybody's feeling great. That recipe sounds really good. I can't wait to try it later on today. I love pecans. I'm also a plant-based fan too. I'm a plant-based person too. But BX Fit, I'm with your coach, Namdi Nelson, and we're gonna get into this workout for today. So as Jonya said today, we're gonna start with a warm-up first, followed by 5 vital exercises that we'll do, a circuit of 5 exercises twice, followed by a stretch, then a brief Q&A afterwards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and stand up. We're gonna start with a warm-up first. Alrighty, so let's jog in place, get the heart rate up, create some circulation in the body. We go for about 10 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Into arm circles, like bending your elbows, palms up, and take the arms. 10 reps forward. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then backwards. All right, I'm seeing a lot of arm circles. I'm loving it. I love fitness. Health and wellness is key. 9 and 10 into arm hugs, open and close, full range of motion. Hug the world, hug yourself. All right, let's do about 10 reps. Each shoulder apart, sets up the next exercise. 8, 9, and 10. Palms facing the camera, rotate the upper body, standing trunk twist. Standing trunk twist. Some rotation in the spine. Spine health is important. 8, 9, and 10. Hips back, bent over twist. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next up is going to be body weight squats. So feet shoulder width apart, toes out slightly. All right. So I'm going to show you from this lateral view. Imagine there's a chair behind you. Sit back into that chair as you squat, reach back, squat down, come up, squeeze the glute. So, all right, we have 10 reps. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Down and up. 1, 2, 3, inhale, exhale, 4, 5. Let's go to 10 reps. 6, breathe in, breathe out. 7, good, good. 8, 9, and 10, perfect. Now, facing the camera, heel toe raise. Place all the weight on your toes, go on your tippy toes and rock it back to your heels. So toes and heels. Every time you go on your toe, that's 1 rep. Let's do that 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Into that jog in place again. Let's go 10 seconds. And just remember, this is a beginner to intermediate level class. So go at your pace. At any point, if you need to take a rest, take a rest. All right, 8, 9, and 10. Now, let's find a wall or a chair, something stable to do leg swings, all right? So I'm gonna use this here. Move my weight out the way. Leg swings, forward and back leg swings. Let's do that 10 times. All right, stay nice and tall from the waist up. Core tight. Minimize the movement from the waist up, all right? Keep it nice and rigid. 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. 1, 2. You should feel the stretch in your thighs, the quads, the hamstrings, back of the legs. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now leg swings left to right, crossing the body. So again, use that table or wall, all right? Swing from left to right. 2, 3. Gradually increase range of motion. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Few more. 8, 9, and 10. All right, here we go. Back to that run in place. We're almost done with this warm up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Time. All right, guys, so that's the warm up. Let's take a 30-second rest. Grab some water. You have a towel, you can towel off. If you got a sweat going so far. A lot of new faces in the chat. Welcome, welcome. We are a family here. We hope you join the family. Let's take another 10 seconds. Allow the heart rate to come down a little bit before we start this circuit. So now also, if you have any type of weights, I'm not sure if I had mentioned this in the warm up or it was mentioned earlier, but if you have any kind of dumbbells or weights or bands, keep them close by because there are going to be opportunities where you can use them. Like for this first exercise, which we're going to do a lunge forward, okay? So let me demonstrate that motion, okay? A lunge forward is going to be starting with your feet together. You're going to step forward and drop the back knee straight down. Push back and replace. Okay, that's a lunge forward, all right? If you get any type of knee pain or hip pain from that position, you can modify it by just doing a split squat. So now you're staying in that split position, dropping the knee down and up, okay? And if you still have any type of discomfort or pain, then we can go into the squat, all right? So you choose what you wanna do. First set, lunges, 10 per side. I'm gonna hold on to a weight, all right? 10 reps. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. Lunge forward, drop, come back. 1, 2. Remember, listen to the body. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. 5. Here we go. 6. Good, good. 7. 3 left. 8. 9. 1 more. And 10. Other side, other leg. All right. Ready and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Keep that position. Stay tall from the waist up. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Here we go. 9 and 10. All right. So that's the lunge forward. Put my weight down. Next up, we have push-ups. All right. So if you happen to have a mat, go ahead and roll it out. If you don't have a mat, the floor works completely. That's okay. Put it down so you guys can see me. So push-ups. So the modified position, let me show you the modified position of a push-up. It's from the knees. Think of keeping a straight line from your knees, hips to shoulders. All right, so from this position, going down and up, okay? If that's easier for you, you can get the knees up to do a regular push-up. All right, you choose. We have 10 push-ups for today. 10. Actually, let's go 12. Let's go 12 push-ups. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and begin. 1. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Steady breathing, guys. 7, 8, 9. 3 more. 10, 11, and 12. Time. So that's the push-ups. Next up, we have Ys and Ts. So from the same position, quadruped position, knees on the hips, hands on the shoulders. Pick one arm out. You're gonna make a Y pattern. So your body is the stem, the arm's gonna be out. In that position, go up and down 10 times, creating a Y. 3, 2, 1. Begin up and down with the arms. Small range of motion. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switch your arms. Other side. Make that Y. 3, 2, 1. Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Good. Now let's make a T. Come out to the side. Thumbs up. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Other side. Ready and go. We're working a small muscle group here. Rotate the cup muscles. 8, 9, 10. Good. All righty. 2 exercises left. Next, we have the scoops. All right. So from this position, you got to lay on your back. Start with your knees bent and then legs straight. From here, you're going to lower your legs slowly. Once you feel it in your core, you're going to bend knees, rotate, bring them back up. Scoops. All right, we have 10 reps. In 3, 2, 1, begin. So lower them slowly, bend, and extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To lower, the closer your feet is to the ground, the harder it's going to be. 8, then you can adjust the intensity. 9, and 10. All right, lastly, we have a regular plank. So shoulders over the elbows. Okay, modified position, knees is down, shoulders over the elbows. You're gonna stay in this position. This is easier for you. You can get the knees up and hold that position. We're gonna go for 30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds. Get my watch started. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Shoulders over the elbows. Relax the fingers. We're 10 seconds in. Squeeze the quads. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, guys, so that's set 1. Now, one more set to go. Have a little water. Take 30 seconds here. How are we feeling? Thumbs up if you're feeling good. Yes, I see some thumbs. Nice. Hopefully you got a sweat going. If not, you'll get it. Take another 15 seconds, guys. Recovery is key. All right, so back to these lunges. So again, if you have your weights, we'll hold them to the side. If you're advanced, you're gonna hold them up in this rack position. All right. All right, 10 per side. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. 2 left. 9 and 10. Other side. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and begin. I'm gonna stay tall from the waist up. Your posture modulates your power and efficiency. 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay with it, guys. Here we go. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All righty, lunges are done. We're gonna keep moving with those push-ups. Another modification, you can also use a wall too. A wall to do your push-ups, or something like this here to do your push-ups, all right? Just some options for you. I also want you to push yourself. Let me adjust my camera. You guys can see me here. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, begin. 1, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale. 6, go to 12. 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11 and 12. All righty, wise. So start off in that quadruped position, then position your arm out for that Y pattern. 3, 2, 1, up and down. Small range of motion. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, T's, back to the other arm. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All righty. 2 left, and then there was 2. Remember, go at your pace. So we have those scoops. Again, start with your legs up in that L pattern, lower them slowly, bend and extend. If that's easy, you can keep your legs straight and go up and down. All right, so you choose. Stay core tight, draw your belly button tight towards your spine. 3, 2, 1, begin. 1, 2, 10 reps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, last exercise. Planks. Now, if you went modified, you want to try to go regular, go for it, all right? Shoulders over the elbows, palms down. 3, 2, 1, begin. 30 seconds. You have to take a break at 10, do it, but join the fight, come back in. Eventually you will get to that 30 in a row. Alrighty guys, 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Alrighty. All right, so we're gonna get a stretch in. Almost done, not quite. Get that stretch, bring your muscles back to its resting length. So let's do the leg swings again. That's an easier one. Let's go leg swings forward and back. We're also cooling down. And other side. Eight, 9. Now leg swing forward and back across the body. Okay. It's important that you hold on to something, a wall, a table. You can focus on the stretch. If you're not holding on to something, then you're starting to stabilize and balance. Take away from the stretch. We don't want that. We want to stretch here. 10 per side. Okay, let's go arm hugs like we did in the warm up. Okay, feet shoulder width, trunk twist. Okay, arm circles. Make them a little bigger now. Size of a volleyball. Okay, backwards. All right, and finito. That is it for the workout. So here's the Q&A.